I am Broken Matt Hardy, and this magnificent video broadcast is dedicated to one of my favorite YouTubers in the multiverse, yes, and that is you, Alyx, yes. Alyx, first and foremost, my friend, I must tell you, your YouTube channel is absolutely wonderful, yes. I have seen it, and your wrestling reviews are some of the greatest in all of space and time, yes. You are making the multiverse proud, Alyx, yes. And to anyone out there that has not had a chance to espy Alyx's YouTube channel, you should right now. His channel name is just Alyx, and he reviews wrestling. Go there, check out his content. You will find it absolutely stupendous. Yes. Keep up the great work, my friend. You are winning in your battles in the Great War. Yeah.
Login complete. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx. All Elite Wrestling. Are you back? AEW. Are you back? Has the show I once called the best wrestling show in the world found its mojo again? I lost my mojo. And for months, I've been its biggest critic. I've been the guy saying, this ain't the AEW I fell in love with. You're not selling out arenas. You had no stories. There's no direction for anybody outside of MJF. It really did feel like a completely different show just a few months ago. One that I was not a fan of, and one that I thought, if they keep this up, forget about it.
I need your love, I need your time, I need to be free with you tonight, I need your love.
Jericho was sent right to Suplex Hookhausen, where he belongs. Do you think it is better if Rampage always happens after Dynamite? It feels like a way better time slot than Friday.
I'm going to get into that because I think we're on the same wavelength. Not with Jericho. Actually, you might be with Jericho. But with Rampage following Dynamite. And I felt the pace pick up too when they instantly switched to Rampage. It felt like a different show compared to what Dynamite was. Dynamite was more of a full course meal. You had some storytelling in there with some fast-paced action, some hardcore action, some character development here, and it felt like a full course meal. And then Rampage was like dessert. So I kind of like that switch up if they keep it consistent, but I'll have more to say about that as we get further along in the review. By the way, Super Chat champion Nickname Mai. Let's keep this in mind. Nickname Mai was a guy who took a break from wrestling, and he had to. Whatever personal reason he took it. He's back now. He's back, and he's been keeping an eye on AEW. He's also someone who's had his, let's just say someone who is a big fan of AEW, but he's had his criticisms. The fact that we're both now saying, I feel like they found the magic again. That's a good sign. Those of you who have been sitting on the sidelines, watching my reviews, by the way, thank you very much, just kind of peeping in, making sure, or at least just looking at AEW from afar, making sure that things are actually going well. Is it safe to get back in the kiddie pool? Or is it safe to get back in the water? Can we swim again? I'm here to tell you, with the way things are looking, if they keep this up week after week, the pacing of the show, the high quality action, the high quality storytelling, vignettes, recap videos, video packages. They treated the show as if we were all first-time viewers. That's something they used to do that all the time. They used to go out of their way to treat us like this is the first time you're watching Dynamite. This is the first time you're watching a Rampage, a Collision, or your first AEW pay-per-view. And they left you with a good impression so well that you couldn't wait to the next week. I came off of this show feeling that way. Was it perfect? There are some things that I will talk about. Namely what they're doing with Eddie Kingston. But outside of that, and maybe one or two other things, I don't even remember what they were, but we'll get into them when we get into them. I thought this show was top to bottom, Dynamite and Rampage, an excellent show. It helped that we had a sellout crowd. I'm telling y'all, when these AEW Dynamite, Rampage, Collision shows have small crowds, it affects the quality of the show. It does. Doesn't matter who's on it. When you have 2,000 people in a 10,000, 20,000 seat arena, that hurts the quality of the show. It's better to go to these smaller arenas that only sit like 5,000 to 7,000, sell that out, and have the crowd sound like 12,000. They were in Toronto, and I think the arena was the Coca-Cola Coliseum, which only sits 7,000. Like legit top, 7,000. They sold it out. Straight up. No seat was empty. And it felt like a big time show. Because the energy was there. Because the crowd was there. I'll talk about that cough in a second. Because they were excited. And then the visuals of the crowd looked better. You had every light. There was no darkness here and there. No, it was bright. And you saw every face, every soul in the arena. And so it mattered a lot more when the big moments happened. When Adam Copeland and Christian, before the match even started, the bell rung. Before they even began fighting, the crowd stood up and gave them a standing ovation. Huge. Big moment before the match even began. Yes, hometown boys. Yes, these are legends in the business. Hall of Famers. Edge is an actual Hall of Famer. Christian will be one day, hopefully. Over 50 years. Between the two, 50 years of combined wrestling history. Careers. Moments like that wouldn't happen if you had a crowd of maybe 2,000. The crowd plays a very important role in your shows. And so it needs to show. Going forward, I don't give a damn about each show's having 10,000, 12,000, 13,000. You know what, AEW? I know WWE is selling out. I think they didn't sell out on Monday. They missed it by like 200. Ooh, you know what I mean? But 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, save that for pay-per-views. Dynasty is going to be in an arena, I think, around 15, 16,000 or plus. Okay, that's fine. Double or Nothing is going to be in Las Vegas. Where is that, the MGM Grand or something like that? MGM Grand, whatever they're doing it, however they're doing it, fine. I think it shouldn't be in Las Vegas. I think they need to get out of Las Vegas. Get out of Las Vegas for Double or Nothing. I don't care. You want to do 12,000 for Double or Nothing? Awesome. Forbidden Door is going to be in the Arthur Ashe Stadium, which is 20,000. Sweet. And then All In is going to be back at Wembley, which is 85,000. Awesome. Save the big arenas, the big stadiums for the pay-per-views. For Dynamite and especially Collision. Smaller arenas. Something intimate. 3,000. I don't care. Hammerstein Ballroom. I don't give a shit if you have every Dynamite from now on at Daly's Place. If Tony Khan came out, hi, I'm Tony Khan, and had a big announcement and said, from now on, going forward, every Dynamite and or Collision will be at Daly's Place, I would be thrilled. Because it doesn't take that much to sell out Daly's Place. What is that, 3,000? And guess what? They own Daly's Place. So they can just open that shit up to the public for free and have 3,000 there every week. Cool. You don't need to go for the big buildings right now for Dynamite and or Collision. And I say Dynamite, not Rampage, because I'm going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, nickname why. We're going to talk about it. I just want the energy. I just want the crowd to be felt. I want their presence. I want the AEW crowds back. You don't need 13,000. All you need is a good 5,000 strong every single week, and we'll be good. Sometimes it's better to do that than try to pack out 20,000 but only bring in 3,000. That doesn't look good. It never looked good. It never will look good. Until you're able to justify having 20,000, 15,000 a week, don't even think about it. Justify weekly television quality right now. Get back to creating new characters, starting new stories, building to big events, building to the pay-per-views, building to big championship victories. And I feel like that's what AEW is back to doing. I came out of this show going, how many stories did they tell today? How many stories did we get set up and continued the night, throughout the entire night? I think the women, I counted at least a good, I'm not even kidding you, with the women, I counted at least a good 5. I mean, let's go through it. You think I'm kidding? Okay, so Mercedes Moné, she has a storyline set up right now with, of course, Willow Nightingale. So that's a thing. But she's also being set up to fight Julia Hart. So that's another one. Chris Statlander's about to turn heel because of what happened at the end of Rampage. She can't win a match. And so going forward, she's going to be tempted to listen to Stokely Hathaway. And then when she starts winning through cheating, that's going to turn her heel. So that's 3. Thunder Rosa about to fight Toni Storm for the Women's Championship. That's 4. And then Deonna Purrazzo turning heel. 5. I feel like I'm missing one. That's 5 stories for the women. When was the last time we had 5 stories for any division? That's crazy. We got a tag team division tournament. I haven't been following it. I haven't been following Collision all that much, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, we have a division tournament, which is very important. You know Tony Khan loves his tournaments. So that's something that the tag team division can sink their teeth into. We're doing a 6-man tag team feud, trios titles feud between, of course, the Bullet Club Gold and the Acclaim. So that's something to keep that going. Freaking Will Ospreay is about to fight Bryan Danielson to determine who's the greatest of all time, or at least the best wrestler in the world today. That should be an awesome match. Samoa Joe Swerve Strickland for the World Heavyweight Championship. Sweet. Not at all going to complain about that. My goodness. And then, of course, Christian and Adam Copeland, who I think finished their feud. It felt like it finished. It's the end. I don't really know how you follow this up unless they decide to do one more, like an actual TLC match at Dynasty, which, hey, I'm not going to say no to it. I think Adam Copeland should move on. I think he should. I don't think he will. I think we're going to get one more match between him and Christian at Dynasty, and then that will be it. And if they do one more match, it should be TLC. It should be TLC. So I'm excited about that. Man, it's been a while. It's been a while since I had this much to say about Dynamite. I'm scared I'm not going to have enough time. Hold on for a minute. Let me be sure I covered everything. I feel like I missed a couple of things. Wait. I talked about... Oh, wait a minute. No, I didn't. Okada. Kazuchika Okada won the Continental Championship. He beat Eddie Kingston for the Continental title. Shoot. I also had to update the TNT title because it's no longer Christian. That's now Adam Copeland. I'll have to tell nickname my. Hook got a much-needed victory. Over a legit main event player, the inaugural AEW World Champion Chris Jericho. Huge. And I hope he continues to have victories over legit main event players. Adam Cole, baby, is disappointed in Wardlow. We'll talk about that. That's the other issue I'll have with the show. Swerve is killing people until he fights Joe, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, then we had Rampage. Konosuke got a victory over Rocky Romero. Then the main event, that crazy ass street fight, women's tag team street fight, Willow, Chris, and then Julia Hart and Sky Blue, who I'm still not sure if she's a part of the House of Black or not, but it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness, what a show. I thought the show was excellent. Seriously, you would be hard pressed to give me a reason to hate this show. I don't think, I cannot find one reason to hate on AEW right now. I feel like my criticisms are being listened to. I feel like they're taking what they're doing a lot more seriously now. I feel like they're actually understanding that the landscape has changed. Tony Khan is not fighting Vince McMahon anymore. Tony Khan is not against these out-of-touch assholes who are pushing away their audience and basically making it very easy for AEW to grow theirs. Because all they have to do is just not be WWE. But Vince is gone now. And all the old guard, for the most part, they've left WWE. It's a completely new challenger. They're now facing Triple H, one of the best bookers probably in a long time for WWE, if not the best, along with The Rock, and all the resources given to them from the TKO group, aka Endeavor. It's a completely different monster. And they are selling out arena after arena after arena, and they are running gambit over the wrestling business. AEW had to step it up. AEW had to change things up. This is no longer All Elite Friends. It's not. All Friends Wrestling, however the fuck you want to say it. They had to step up their game. And we've reached a point now, and I'll say this and then we'll get to the review. We've reached a point now with AEW where if you're not on your A game, if you aren't drawing, if you aren't delivering inside the ring, if you're not standing out, if you are not a star, you don't get TV time. Sorry. Enough. We're not just going to hand you TV time because you have a contract. What do you have to offer to get TV time? It's a Shark Tank now. I'm not just going to give you TV time because, oh, you're friends with Tony. No. Here's what's getting ready to happen. If I'm going to give you time on Dynamite, Rampage, and or Collision, you can have time on both. I need to know that you are going to draw the audience, that you are going to create interest. So much interest that these people are going to pay good money to say, I could spend this money on Raw and SmackDown coming to town. You know what? I'm going to save it for AEW. It's hard nowadays. People got to save their money to pay these bills, to pay rent, pay for food. They got kids to take care of. The cost of living has gone up. You better give these people a reason to want to spend that money on a show that's worth a damn. Because WWE, look, I'll admit that WrestleMania season it's probably not going to continue. The quality is not going to continue past WrestleMania. Let's just be real. When things calm down, when The Rock leaves, it probably won't be as good. But still, who's to say Triple H won't have anything else up his sleeve? You better have a good fucking reason for these guys to want to spend all this money on you. And we don't got time for the dweebs, for the geeks, for all these other, I don't want to say indie-rific, but jobbers. Who feel entitled to get TV time. Who have bad attitudes backstage. No. You need to earn your TV time. Are you good? If I give you TV time, are you going to draw me money? That's not a WWE mindset. That's not, what do you call it? The Vince McMahon corporate mind. No, that's not exclusive to just wrestling, WWE, Vince McMahon. That is business 101. Are you giving me the return on your money? I am paying you millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. More money than you will ever fucking make ever in your life. Am I getting the return on my money I'm giving to you? If I'm not, sit your ass back in catering and let these guys do it. Let these people pick up your slack. It's time out for it. Nothing personal. AEW is just going to a new level. We're about to get a new TV deal. I say we, acting like I work for AEW. They're about to get a new TV deal. They're about to sign TV rights, probably get themselves on a streaming service. They're about to appeal to a whole new massive audience. We just brought in Mercedes Moné, who currently, and I'm serious when I say this, currently the highest paid female wrestler in the world. I just saw a report from PW Insider that when WWE and AEW pursued her, both of them went after her with 8-digit contracts. That's in the tens of millions. 8 digits. Charlotte Flair ain't making no 8 digits. Mercedes is. Highest paid female wrestler. Okada's making $13.5 million over the next 3 years. Will Ospreay is easily the best wrestler in ring quality, in ring wise at least, in the world today. Huge signings, and I said that. I said when you sign those 3, it's gonna change. It's gonna change things, and damn it, did it. But along with bringing those in, they've completely shifted and shaped the show around them, and I think it's gonna pay off long term. I don't want to say AEW is fully back yet, because I want to see how they keep the quality going into Dynasty, into Double or Nothing, into, of course, Forbidden Door. Then we get into All In. By the time we get to the summer, I'll know. Let me get through April. Let me get through May. Let's get to the summer. By the time we get to the summer, I think we'll know if they're back. It's got to be consistent. It was excellent tonight for all 3 hours. And maybe we can make that work too. But it's just one night. So let me talk about something really quickly before we get to the actual review. And of course, sponsorships and plugs and stuff like that. You guys have noticed that I've been coughing for a good week plus now. And I've done a good job trying to hide it, I think, for the best part. Sometimes it slips up like that. I'm dealing with a lung infection. I'm just being honest with you. Your boy thought it was allergies. I thought it was simple, you know what? It's seasonal allergies. It's that time of the year where we get into the spring. And when that happens, I always get sick. It happens every year. It's going to happen in the fall. It's going to happen in the spring. Might happen in the summer. Might. But that's on and off too. But I always get sick around this time. So I just chalked it up to seasonal allergies. I'll be done. I'll be better in a week. No, I haven't been better. I've been coughing like this for over a week now. And it's because I have a much more serious condition. So I am taking medication. Don't worry. I'm going to be fine. I'm taking medication for it. I'm already feeling just a tad bit better. Because I woke up this morning, shortness of breath, having problems breathing. And so I said, no, I gotta go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor. They put me on medication, and I'm doing better. But it's gonna take time for it to clear up. Probably 10 days. Probably. Actually, no, he said with the way the medication works, and if I stay consistent with it, it'll be better by the weekend, actually. So, all right. So for you, one more live stream, and you probably won't even notice it next week. But regardless, I wanted to update you because a lot of you were concerned in my last live stream on Monday, and y'all were noticing that you're coughing a lot. You're going to be okay? And when people were starting to bring it up and people were messaging me, I was like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and get it out there and clear the air. Yes, I am dealing with a lung infection. But I think because I got ahead of it, I'm going to be okay. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to go to any wrestling events. Not going to WrestleMania, unfortunately. I don't have the money, can't afford it. If I did, I would be traveling. Trust me, I would definitely be on like, okay, I better get better. I'd be a little bit more worried and a little bit more stressed. But I'll be okay. And no, it's not the vid. Don't worry, it ain't the vid. It ain't the vid. But yeah, I wanted to address it. If I start coughing, you know why. You don't have to worry about me. I'm gonna be okay. But I do appreciate you guys coming in, showing your concern. Continue to support the channel, continue to watch the videos. And I'm gonna continue to give it to you. Cause let me tell you this. This is one thing I will say. Lung infection or not, guess how much time I'm taking off. Guess how much time I'm taking off because of this. You will still have your live stream on Friday Night SmackDown. You will still have your live stream of Monday Night Raw next week. And Dynamite next week. And then, of course, SmackDown next week. And guess what? That full week of WrestleMania live streams, whether I'm sick as a dog or not, I will be here every single time. Monday, reviewing Raw and, of course, Bray Wyatt special. Live stream for WrestleMania, A&B Convos, Wrestling Edition, and, of course, Patrick's Crazy Place. Dynamite that week. Then, of course, Friday is the Hall of Fame and SmackDown. Saturday, WrestleMania Night 1. Sunday, WrestleMania Night 2. And then, the Raw after WrestleMania. All of them. Whether I'm sick as a dog or not, I'm not taking any time off. So if you guys are ready, I want you to strap in. Because it's time we talk about some AEW Dynamite. And if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing. Whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on Spotify. Give me a follow on TikTok. Why? Because I'm the tickest of the talkers. Also, give me a follow on Threads, Cameo, and Discord. Once again, we are closing in on 200 followers in Discord. I want to hit 300. I want 300. 300 for WrestleMania. So double time, baby. Double time. I'm going to be pushing it hard until then. But we're closing in on 200. I think we're at 173? 175? Last I checked. Hey, follow us on Discord if you haven't already. Also, if you haven't figured it out, you can donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, Venmo. And, of course, Super Chats are officially on you. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and please get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt, get you a new school Alex's World t-shirt, but most importantly, get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, my America, the remix t-shirt made by It's Janox and Firestar Heart. All of this down below in the description box. And today's sponsor is SeatGeek. SeatGeek is sponsoring this video and allowing you guys to get a special discount. If you're someone that likes to go out to concerts, go out to a sporting event, go out to, a wrestling event, Dynamite, Raw, SmackDown, Collision. Maybe you want to go to WrestleMania. Maybe you want to get a Dynasty ticket earlier. Maybe you want to get ahead of things and get you a ticket later on in the year, like at All In, Wembley Stadium. You want SeatGeek, and here's why. Because if you buy your ticket, whatever you decide to do, and use the promo code JustAlex, I can get you 20%. Nah, not yet. That's coming one day. I can get you $20, which might be 20%, might be a little bit more. Depends on which ticket, whatever ticket you get, could be 50%, could be 35%. It might actually be 20%, but the amount is $20 off your initial ticket purchase. And then going forward, you can keep using it, but it'll only be $10 off of that. But that's something if you want to use it. But regardless, let's get a quick word from our sponsor, and then we'll get to some shout-outs.
Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. If you're a wrestling fan looking for access to great seats for any wrestling event near you, then you want to use this app. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek stands as the unrivaled #1 ticketing app in the market today. SeatGeek constantly delivers incredible deals on ticket prices. When you're exploring the app, keep an eye out for the special green dots that mark the best deals. What's even better is that every ticket you purchase is backed by SeatGeek's buyer guarantee, with the option to return your tickets and even swap them before the events. So here's an exclusive for you. If you click the link down below and use the promo code JUSTALEX, you can get $20 off your first purchase. Yes, $20 off any ticket that you purchase using the promo code JUSTALEX. This is a sweet deal that you could use literally right now. So don't wait. Click the link, download the app, and join the SeatGeek family today.
Thank you all so much for being here. As always, please show your love to the moderators. Ultra Shout 97 5 Star Heart, Elias, Demon, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything. And of course, Big MGM, because they help keep us a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Good to see the Super Chat champion in the live chat, nickname My. Also, a couple of YouTube members in the His House, Higurashi being one of them as well. It is imperative that you guys like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So help boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. I am closing in on 40,000 subscribers. I am literally, and I'm not making this up, 200 and something away. I think it's like 250 or 40. A little bit under 250 away. Keep subscribing. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time that your boy takes his rightful place at the top of the echelon here on YouTube. I've always been someone that's been consistent. For 13 years, you guys have called me one of the best. I want to be the best. And before you know it, you're going to turn around and all this stuff you see on the screen, it's going to be a lot different. And yes, please join the Discord. Thank you, Khalil does everything for the Discord link. I also have one in the description box if you want to sign up. I see some super chats just hanging out. Let's play them.
I feel like it makes the show feel more special, so I say yes.
Oh man, the crowds definitely add a lot to the show. They do enhance the show. I think a small crowd can actually take away from a show. So it's good to have a crowd that's there and they're excited and they want to be there. They're getting into the matches. Come on, man. That just makes the show all the more better. That's just me.
She's a bad damn gentleman. Just as fine as she can be, yeah.
I used to get bronchitis yearly. I'll pray for you.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Please, I do appreciate those who continue to support me and show love with your donations. I'm gonna do what I can to get better, but I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. We currently have 172 people on Discord. Hey, keep following us. Keep following us. We're gonna hit 200 eventually, but I want 300 for WrestleMania. Let's go ahead and go. YouTube members, shoutouts are here. We got Dulcie Chatham, who I'm still waiting on to give me a nickname. JB Snackin'. Of course, your Super Chat champion, nickname My. The Tribal Chief, nickname My. Acknowledge him. Q Blackman, King of Waco, Mundo. Lots of praise for the show. I love it. I love it. Highway Dylan Danger. Dylan Danger in the His House. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. JJ, who let the dogs out? Who just celebrated a birthday this week. Happy belated birthday, JJ Bulldog. Mickey Mick. What's going on? Mickey Mick? That's a new one, by the way. A new YouTube member. Actually, no, YouTube subscriber. might be a member one day. We'll find out. We got Anthony White. What tonight and last week showed us is that AEW is back in business and with a vengeance. Good! But can they stay consistent? That's the challenge. Juan Orozco. I also see... Who else we got here? Let me scroll down a little bit. Joseph Winters. Stephen Bram. Good to have you here, Mr. Stephen Bram. Stephen Bram. Your goatness, Lauren Biggs. Let me see here. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more so I don't miss anybody. You guys are interacting. I love the interactions. Keep it up. The Cerebral Assassin, Christopher Carter. We just got Jay. What happened to Mr. J? Remember Jay Jenkins? What happened to Jay Jenkins? Hopefully he comes back. See, I be remembering y'all. Y'all think I don't remember you. I remember you. Mike Lee. Mr. Mike Lee, I think that's another new... He's probably been a follower for a while, but he's new to the live chat. Good to have you here. I see Mike Pringle. Lots of Mikes in his house. Mike Pringle, Mike Lee. We got HS. We got Rachel S. Hello, Miss Rachel F. And I'm going to give the last one to... Did I get everybody? I think I might have gotten everybody. I don't think I see any more new names in here. So whoever else is here... Oh, never mind. Here we go. John Bill II. All right. That's it. Let me... Hold on. Alex, did you see the first 2 episodes of X-Men 97? That cliffhanger, though. What the hell? That cliffhanger on episode 2. What you think? Those of you who've seen X-Men 97, not gonna spoil it, but what y'all think? What y'all think, man? Man, that was one of those you're like, damn. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh yeah, I enjoyed it. I think we're back with a vengeance. I think X-Men 97 is back. I think AEW is back. I think wrestling is back. I think entertainment is back. And I'm excited. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move on. I'm gonna pause super chats. Look, if I don't say your name, don't be offended. You could, but don't. Just don't. Just enjoy the company. Chat with people in the live chat, and we're gonna have a good time here. We're gonna have a great time talking about professional wrestling. So, Dynamite was live in Toronto, Canada. And as I said before, tonight's crowd was how do I put this? The arena was smaller, but the crowd I felt was a lot more energetic than most crowds because it's Toronto. And I think they were in the Coca-Cola Coliseum. Please let me know if I'm saying it wrong. I think it's the Coca-Cola Coliseum, which only sits 7,000. But you know what? They sold it out. Look at that. Look at that. Not a single seat was empty. Except for the hard cam side. Right over there. But for the most part, look at that. Packed audience. You love to see it. They say it's around... Actually, it was over 7,000. I just read it was over 7,000. So, close to 8,000 people in a very small arena. This is what they should be aiming for. This matters. Don't be trying to pack out these damn 18,000 seat arenas when you don't have the audience for that. I don't even think WWE has the audience for that. I think for the most part, when they get these 18,000, 12,000, 16,000 seat arenas, they only do like 13 anyways. So when you're able to do 10, 12,000, you can get Toyota Center here in Houston. But in the meantime, don't think about it. Get a college arena that only sits like 4,000 or 5,000. And then sell that shit out. What matters is the energy. What matters is people showing up and going, damn, I had a good time. Do that. And I think going forward, once we get to a point where AEW hits a fever pitch and they have the momentum in the world, they have all the momentum in the world again, then we can talk about 12,000, 13,000 seat arenas. But the only time, ladies and gentlemen, that we as fans should be getting 12, 13, 15, 16, 20 plus arenas is during pay-per-views. So I loved that they got a smaller arena this week. And it looks like going forward it's going to be a lot smaller, which is going to make me a very happy camper. It's going to make me very happy because I think these crowds are going to be better for it. The show opened up like it opened up last week. Mercedes Moné, the highest paid female wrestler today, as I said, PW Insider, reportedly said that Mercedes was being pursued by both WWE and AEW with 8-digit contracts. That, my friends, is in the tens of millions of dollars. That's Brock Lesnar money. She's probably making more money than Brock Lesnar. So if Charlotte Flair was, I think, $5 million, somewhere close to that, then Mercedes doubled it. Get your bag. The CEO should be paid like a CEO. $10 million? Holy shit. Hell yeah. Congratulations, Nora, and good for her. You're not going to see me shit on anything about these wrestlers getting their bag. I don't give a shit how you feel about Mercedes. This girl puts her body on the line for our entertainment more than anyone else does. She deserves her bag. So I'm happy that she got it. But yeah, we opened up the show with Mercedes, and essentially she cut a very similar promo to what she said last week. You know, and I think this time she further emphasized the fact that she has unfinished business with Willow Nightingale. Anybody that tries to get in the middle of that business, which is what Julia Hart and Sky Blue did, they're going to pay. They're going to go bankrupt. And that's why she has an issue with Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Lights go out. Lights come back on. Julia Hart is standing on the ring aisle. Sky Blue tries to attack Mercedes from behind. And then Mercedes ends up beating them both up because they tried to double team her. That's when Sky Blue and Julia Hart get them some steel chairs and say, all right, bitch, you want a piece of us? Let's go. Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander, were out to make the save, setting up their main event at the end of Rampage, because it's a 3-hour block, for the record, 3-hour block, which is smart. You want to use the main event to help set up matches later on. You want to use the opening slot and the main event, but the opening slot to set up matches later on. And I thought they did that very well. They let us know that, okay, so these girls are going to be fighting in the main event of the entire 3-hour block. But you will see Mercedes throughout the night, and you did. And I love that when the lights went out and it came back on, you saw Willow with a chair. You saw Willow with a chair like she was about to hit Mercedes. Now, at first, and I did put a tweet out about this, I was like, wait, why was Willow about to hit Mercedes? That's so out of character. That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right. Now, as time goes on, and we get a little bit more into the show, and we start to realize that Willow has a different mindset now due to where she is and what's been going on with her and who she's been around. She's further being pulled towards a much more darker, sinister character, and she's resisting it, which I kind of like. And I'm happy that I was able to just sit through the show and see that, because at first I'm like, why the hell is Willow? Didn't she just reconcile with Mercedes last week? Why is she getting ready to attack her? And then I said, you know what, let me see how this plays out. And by the end of the show, I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. But when you're first watching it, you're like, Willow, what the fuck are you doing? And then Mercedes turns around and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? I thought we were reconciled. And then she's all like, you know what? That's why I don't like your ass. And then Mercedes walks away. That's why, okay, I see your ass. I'm going to get your ass later. We move on with the rest of the show. We get to a backstage segment where we see Mercedes confront or greet Chris Statlander, Willow, and Stokely Hathaway. Mercedes shakes the hand of Chris, says she's glad to be here. She thanks her for coming out to save her, and hopefully they have a great main event. And then she comes up to Willow and completely flips. You know, Willow's like, hey, you know, I just wanted to, like, she was going to apologize again. And Mercedes is like, you've done enough. And then walks away. That flip was great. She shouldn't like Willow. She blames her for the injury and putting her out for almost a year. An injury that could have ended her career. She should hate Willow's ass. She had it coming, actually. They had it coming. But I like the fact that Willow was conflicted about that. She's just like, God damn it. I'm really, really trying to be a good person here. But she's conflicted. She's being tugged in all directions, especially with Stokely Hathaway in her ear. And I like it. Now, clearly, one of them is going to turn heel. It's going to be Chris Statlander. But I like that Willow is resisting. And we're going to get more of that storytelling going forward. I think it's really, really good. Again, when you have stories and you're playing on the characters' morals, their moralities, and are we back, by the way? Apologies. I think you lost me for like 2 seconds because of the internet. Okay, well, let me repeat what I said. When you have stories and you have characters interacting and you're developing and playing on their moralities and stuff like that, it just makes the show that much more interesting. And now you're like, ooh, where's this gonna go? That's not a WWE thing. That's an entertainment thing. And I'm happy that AEW is doing it differently than how WWE is doing it. And so, and before I move on, I love that they gave Mercedes a video package. Because I know people are like, why would they give her a video package? I'm like, okay, it doesn't matter. Even if she is a star, treat the audience like they're watching for the first time. Every time. Treat the audience like they're watching for the first time, and every character that comes on screen needs to feel like, okay. If I was a fan that I was watching for the first time, I'm like, ooh, who is this guy? I want to know more about this guy. I like the recap vignettes on how we got to this match with Eddie Kingston and Okada. Thank you for that. I like the backstage interview with Alex Marquez talking to the Elite, that's the Young Bucks, and of course Okada. I like that the Elite, the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, were getting spurts of TV time backstage sitting next to Tony Khan because they're producing the show with them. And you got Tony Khan like, ain't the show great? It's the greatest show ever, guys, right? Tony Khan looks so awkward. He looks like something wrong with him. Like, yeah, it's great, right? Did I just give him a Kevin? Did I just give him a Kevin Dunn impression? I don't know what I did. But yeah, he basically is just deer in the headlights. He looks so off. I'm sorry, you do, Tony. You look off. But it is what it is. It's part of the gimmick. It's part of the charm. It's why we like you. But yeah, I'm loving it. I want them to go more into it. Really dig your heels deep into the millionaire, billionaire lifestyle. Show Okada. They showed him coming in a very fancy car. That's okay. Fuck that. Come on a private jet next time. Have him get off the private jet. Have him with the suitcase, with the chain. Maybe have some women around his arm. Some Japanese women, you know what I mean? I know he's married, but still, some Japanese women around his arm. It can be his wife and a couple of other girls. Yeah, have Okada bling him out. This man's making $13 million over the next 3 years. Go all the way with him being a rich asshole. Have him be the new chosen one. The new corporate figure that's going to get everything and anything and everything he wants. Make us hate his ass. Although it won't happen. It won't happen. We're not going to hate Okada. But yeah, the next match was Okada versus Eddie Kingston for the Continental title. Match was good. They held back, perhaps on purpose, because they were probably setting up for a future match. There's a lot of spots in there that I just kind of felt like, oh, all right, well, I kind of feel like we could be kicking it into another gear here, but they didn't. They kept it They kept it relatively to the first gear and then switched to the second gear in the last, 3 minutes. And then by the time we got to the second gear, the match was already over with. So it was a good match. Really wasn't anything to take home. But the thing is, Okada won. So we take that home. Okada is now the new Continental Champion. And immediately, when the bell rung, we didn't even get a chance to soak in the fact that Eddie lost the belt because Pac comes out. And now we're going to set up Pac versus Okada, which, by the way, yes, absolutely. I don't think anybody would be against that. Hopefully not. You better not be against that. You'd be out of your mind to be like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. You know, I would 1,000%. I would 1%. I can't form my words right now. I'm sorry. I'm doing 10,000 things at once. I would 1,000% look at you like you're crazy if you saw Okada and Pac and say, I don't want that match. I'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you, sir? What's wrong with your taste? Man, look here. I think Okada brings so much. He brings so much to the show already. I think his presence and his star power is going to do wonders for AEW. If they continue to book him like he's important. Seriously. Let's get and I mean this, let's get the private jet. Let's get the girls. Let's make him, I don't want to say a Vince McMahon type, but a corporate heel. Yeah. Make him a corporate heel. Let's go, man. Let's go all the way with Okada. Let's go all the way with Okada. Moving on. After Okada won the Continental title, I think after that we got Renee Young interviewing Swerve Strickland. He says his intention is the same as always. The AEW World title. Samoa Joe tried to humiliate him, humiliate him, there it is, by choking him out, but he has a history of choking people out himself. And now Joe is running from him. He's been inspired by Mike Tyson sparring for his own upcoming fight, so he's making an open challenge later on tonight. He ended up fighting the Butcher, and he beat him, by the way. Okay, after this we had Chris Jericho, Lionheart Chris Jericho, taking on Hook, and Hook basically dominated Chris Jericho 95% of the match. Jericho got maybe 5%, literally 5% offense in. Hook basically killed him and just dropped him on his neck throughout the entire match. T-bone suplex, German suplex, something suplex, your mama suplex. You know what I mean. It was a great showcase for Hook. And then Hook beat Chris Jericho with a roll-up. I'm feeling some kind of way about that. I'm not saying that Hook beating Chris Jericho, period, is a big win. But I wish it would have been more definitive. I wish Hook would have just straight up beat him. Just completely just outclassed him. Hook came out looking good, but he could have looked better. Imagine if he dropped Jericho on his head and then wait straight for the Taz mission and Chris Jericho passed out. Sometimes you just gotta smash people over. But yeah, Chris Jericho lost, and then he went backstage and told Renee Young that Hook is gonna be a world champion one day. Good on Chris Jericho. He has some booze. He has some booze tonight in Toronto. And we're in Canada. He's Canadian, so that shouldn't be happening. Man, I don't know. I think Jericho might be calling it a day. It just kind of feels like he's winding down. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. Let's get into it. Adam Copeland. Nope. Wrong one. We'll save him for later. Adam Cole. Those two names are too similar. Adam Copeland, Adam Cole. Jesus Christ. Adam Cole, baby, backstage talking about Wardlow losing to Samoa Joe last week. Said he was disappointed. He was disappointed in Wardlow because he worked his ass off to give Wardlow a title match. to give him an opportunity to fight Samoa Joe. Talking about how he didn't get opportunities. He finally got it, and he lost. And now Adam Cole is relegating Wardlow to once again being a bodyguard, like he was with MJF. Look, can we just say it? I think Wardlow might be done. This isn't one of those, all right, we're just seeing him go through the, his ebbs and flows. They're putting him through the ringer. Eventually he'll get there. I don't think this is a situation where a guy like him will be getting opportunities like he got with Samoa Joe last week. I think when it comes to Wardlow, you only have a very small window to strike when the iron is hot. And that can be very frustrating for a talent like him. As big as he is, as talented as he is, let's just call it like it is. It's a dime a dozen. We can always find another big man who's very athletic. It just sucks to me that they had an opportunity. He squashed MJF. Literally squashed MJF. Tapped out Samoa Joe. They had an opportunity to push him as a world champion. They just never capitalized. They never took advantage of it. And they waited too long. They waited too long. He got hurt, lost a lot of TV time, and his momentum died. His momentum died. And now we're thinking, okay, this time if you're going to push him for that world title, he needs to win. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, he's got to win. He's got to win and beat Samoa Joe, right? Because he's beaten Samoa Joe before. Nope. Joe just beat him. Choked him out. Like everybody else. It's over. I'm sorry. I like Wardlow as a person and as a talent. I just don't see it working for him in AEW. Could they possibly do one last run at that title? Maybe. But it would have to be if Adam Cole is the world champion. If Adam Cole ends up winning the world title and you have Wardlow be the one to beat him for that world title, not MJF, which I don't, that's my problem. My only issue is, sure, you could have Wardlow beat Adam Cole for the world title, which I think that might be your only shot. I am stabbing in the dark now. That might be your one and only shot to put the title on Wardlow. But even that one and only shot is a long shot because of MJF. MJF! If MJF comes back, he has to be the guy that beat Adam. He has to be the guy to beat Adam Cole. Unless they have Adam Cole beat MJF and then do something else with MJF. Which, by the way, I would love. I would love if they have Adam Cole keep that heel run going. They do a couple more matches with him and MJF, and then Adam Cole beats him. Then maybe we could talk about Wardlow winning the world title. I don't know. This feels like another Braun Strowman. It feels just like Braun Strowman in WWE. You should have pushed him when he was hot. When everyone was saying, make him a world champion, that's when you should have done it. You didn't do it. You didn't do it. I'm sorry. You didn't do it. And so now, it feels like it's over. It's over for Wardlow. And I say that as someone who was a big fan of his. But that's what happens when you wait too long. You didn't strike when the iron was hot. And so, if he never wins the world title in AEW, oh well. He will be destined to be a bodyguard. Because after a while, the big man, powerhouse, if you don't strike, if you don't use him when he's hot, you're not going to get an opportunity. You probably won't get an opportunity to do it again. That's just how I feel. But let me know. Is it over for Wardlow in AEW? Can they still make it work for him? That's a conversation for you guys to continue in the live chat. Deonna Purrazzo, one of our favorites here on the channel. And another favorite, Thunder Rosa. I like what I did there. Thundercats. Oh! Instead, Thunder Rosa. She comes out in her cat outfit. Anyways, Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo taking on Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm, and the Toni Storm wannabe, Mariah May. Fine as hell, Mariah May. Damn, she made that outfit look good. This tag match was your standard women's tag match. It wasn't really anything crazy, nothing too out of the ordinary, but the ending did leave a lot to talk about. So Deonna Purrazzo was inside the ring with Toni Storm. Toni Storm is laid out. Deonna has her dead to rights. Thunder Rosa tags in without Deonna's consent. Deonna's like, and then Mariah May gets inside the ring and attacks, of course, Deonna Purrazzo, leaving Thunder Rosa to take on Toni Storm. Toni Storm hits her with the hip attack, goes for Storm Zero, and Thunder Rosa counters into a roll-up pin. 1, 2, 3. Thunder Rosa pins the champ in a tag match, not for the title, which sets her up to fight Toni Storm at Dynasty. Everyone's happy about this except Deonna Purrazzo, who felt like Thunder stole that win. So now we have Deonna Purrazzo feeling slighted that she got cheated, robbed of her championship, which should be a championship victory at the pay-per-view, because Toni did tap out, but the referee didn't see it. And now here comes Thunder Rosa stealing a victory and robbing her of yet another opportunity for that world title. Anyone else feeling this heel turn? Deonna's heading for a heel turn? Good. The babyface run ain't working. It ain't working. She's not connecting. Deonna is not connecting as a babyface. And I love her. But when you really think about it, look at her. She's fucking gorgeous. And she's great inside the ring. Who the fuck cheers that? I'm serious. Like, she comes out, calls herself the Virtuosa. She's gorgeous. She can wrestle inside the ring. And then she does this to the crowd. Who the hell's gonna cheer this? Nah. She's not supposed to be cheered. You're supposed to hate her ass. Because she's too good. That's the kind of woman that should be coming out in all the best outfits, looking fine as hell, and then getting inside the ring and tearing bitches up. And having the people boo her for it. Having women hate her. Having the men hate her because they can't have her. That's the perfect heel. So fuck yeah, turn her heel. Probably should have brought her in as a heel. But they tried her out as a babyface. They tried it. Didn't work. Alright, heel time. And I'm excited because now we're setting up what looks to be Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo after Thunder Rosa fights Toni Storm at Dynasty. She's not going to win because Deonna will cost her. And then we're going to do a blood feud between Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo and set Toni up to potentially fight, I'm assuming, Britt Baker? And then, of course, Toni's big opponent, the right opponent, which will be Jamie Hayter at All In. Jamie Hayter at All In. Oh, that match is going to be fire. Oh, that actually might be one of the best women's matches of all time. Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm at All In. Get me there. Take me there. I want to go there. And then, of course, Britt Baker will turn on. Hopefully, she'll turn on Jamie Hayter, and we do Britt Baker versus Jamie Hayter, and then Britt Baker wins the title, which will then set up the ultimate women's championship feud for that title, Britt Baker and Mercedes Moné. Don't you love storytelling? When you have storytelling and you have characters, then you can do this thing called foresight and planning ahead. See, now, my goodness, I can do this all day. You have multiple ways to insert different women at different times and all sorts of things because you're taking Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo and pushing them off and having them do their own thing. And then here for the TBS title, we got Mercedes Moné, we got Willow Nightingale, we got Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Chris Statlander. That's the TBS title picture. They're going to be doing their own thing. Eventually, we can add Athena. Athena to the TBS title picture. We can do Mercedes Moné and Athena. Bruh, do you understand? Now that we have storylines and characters, how this shit can become something amazing? And then for the Women's World Championship title picture, we already got Toni Storm, Mariah May, Deonna Purrazzo, Thunder Rosa. Now we're going to throw in Britt Baker. We're going to throw in Jamie Hayter. My goodness. I'm telling you. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome, man. Yeah, I just noticed that too. People said Deonna Purrazzo went from being a heel in TNA to being a babyface in AEW. That's such a weird call. That is such a weird call. I don't know how I feel about that. And I don't like that at all, actually. She should be a heel. It ain't working. It ain't working. You know, I'm not trying to say that she's bad at her job. I just think sometimes she just needs to be in the best role. She just needs the right role. And I don't think Deonna works as a babyface. Not right now. Can she work as a babyface in the future? Sure. No one's going to tell her no. I just think right now, in this moment, it ain't working. It's okay. It's okay. Put her in the right role and let her get over. Then maybe sometime in the future, she can turn babyface. Okay, after this, I believe it was Swerve Strickland beating up the Butcher. Squash match. Swerve gets confronted by Samoa Joe. They have a war of words. And then, of course, Don Callis comes out and says Konosuke Takeshita wants a shot at Samoa Joe. And Swerve will fight. He will fight Konosuke Takeshita sometime in the future, which I think is next week. And the winner of that will fight Samoa Joe. Now, Samoa Joe basically said, to handle someone like you, Swerve, I have to give you exactly what you want. So we're going to get Swerve and Samoa Joe at the pay-per-view for the world title. And I have a feeling, if all goes well, we might have a new champion. Will Ospreay came out, talked about Bryan Danielson. Basically said Bryan Danielson on Saturday said, I'm a great wrestler, but he can't fill his shoes. Will Ospreay said that, you know what? I can't fill your shoes. You want to know why? Because they're too small for me, bruv. Basically hyping up their match at, of course, Dynasty. And then he talked about the awesome match with Katsuyori Shibata against Bryan Danielson on Saturday. Will Ospreay said, I can do you one better. I want to fight him next week on Dynamite. So we're going to get Katsuyori Shibata versus Will Ospreay on Dynamite. That's going to be a crazy match. Man, these Ospreay matches hit different, man. And you know this. Man. Main event. For Dynamite. I Quit. For the TNT Championship. Adam Copeland versus Christian. Over 50 years of wrestling history combined. Before the match even started, the bell rings. All 7,000 plus fans in the arena get up and give him a standing ovation. Why? Because it's Toronto. These are Canadians. Canadian legends. You love to see it. It's just good to see this stuff, man. It's really good. So they start fighting. There's a spot when they go into I forgot what it's called. A penalty bin? For hockey, right? A penalty bin. And then Edge gets a Canadian shirt, and then Christian gets another hockey shirt, and then they start fighting inside the penalty bin like hockey players. Crowd absolutely loved that. You know, sometimes you just gotta play to the crowd. I thought it was funny. But this match was brutal. Oh, they went to war. It was a lot of crazy spots. Edge did a gut buster suplex into the ladder. So he had the ladder upside down, and then he just suplexes Christian into it gut first. Basically, almost cut him in half. I was like, that was sick. Sick spot. Edge gets busted open after getting his head basically bashed in the steel steps. And then Christian dove off the top ropes and hit a crossbody splash through a table. Amazing. Crazy spot. Catapults Edge into a ladder to bust him open even more. Now Edge is, I keep saying Edge, Adam Copeland is now bloodied in the face. He's bloodied in the face. They ask each other, I quit. And then something happens that I don't like. Commercial break. Why does this have a commercial break? It had 2 commercial breaks. Why? Why would you have a match like this have 2 commercial breaks? There should have been no commercial breaks. Tony, you could afford not to give this one a commercial break. If it didn't have a commercial break, I'd be calling it one of the best main events in Dynamite history. Probably still is. But I hate the fact that it had a commercial break. I just do. I think it's lame. I think it's lame that they had a commercial break. Oh, but they beat the piss out of each other. They went all over the place. Eventually, Mama Wayne, the matriarch, comes out with a hockey stick. Low blows Edge, Adam. And then, of course, they had Kill Switch and Nick Wayne come out. And then the Cavalry comes and makes a save. Daniel Garcia, Magic Mike. Daddy Magic, Mike Menard. Daddy Magic, right? Daddy Magic, Mike Menard. I think that's about it. No women came out to stop Mama Wayne. I was actually like, where's Beth Phoenix at? Where's she coming? But they just run her off. They handcuff Nick Wayne, Kill Switch, and Christian to the turnbuckle. Adam Copeland low blows Christian like 10 times. And he's like, I was hoping he was supposed to be like, you know, sometimes when you low blow someone, your voice goes, you go falsetto. In falsetto, baby, I was kind of hoping that would happen. He didn't. But then Adam Copeland said, all right, bitch, it's time. He goes to another ring, pulls out a box, and then pulls out a spiked 2x4 called Spike. It's a she, by the way. And then he takes the spike 2x4, BAM! Right in the nuts. Right in Christian's nuts. Christian's like, oh, I'm not having any babies anymore. And then he goes to hit him on the head with it, and Christian's like, no, I quit. Yeah, that rose his voice. He got hit in the head with a spike 2x4. Yeah, I'm gonna scream, I quit too. And then they went into Rampage. But Adam Copeland is now the new TNT champ. This is supposed to be a finality kind of match. It doesn't feel like it. I think we're going to get one more Dynasty, TLC probably. But if this is it, cool. Congratulations to Adam Copeland to finally win that TNT title. I love it. That match, again, if it didn't have the commercial breaks, I would be calling it one of the best main events in Dynamite history. Also, the fact that it went over to Rampage, so it didn't quite cover Dynamite, but whatever. It was an outstanding match. Those two tore it up, and the crowd made it that much better. This is why you need full crowds. This is why you need people in the buildings, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Rampage is going to be quick, because it's, again, I love the switch, and this is a good time to talk about the idea, and I'm not ending the broadcast, by the way. I'm just doing this switch to signify that I'm talking about Rampage now. I love that going from Dynamite to Rampage, the pacing instantly switched. Because now, it's just fast-paced action. They go right into the tag team tournament match. I think it was the Best Friends. It's Orange Cassidy and, not Chuck Taylor, but Trent Beretta. Trent Beretta and Orange Cassidy taking on Powerhouse Hobbs and Kyle Fletcher, right? Kyle Fletcher. Match was fast-paced, all in your fucking face. And I thought it came across really well because you go from a show that's more of a full course meal, and now it's dessert time. Here's the action. Go crazy. And so that's what we got. And that's all we had. It was just action. You didn't need to tell that story. Yes, you had a promo with the Acclaimed and Switchblade Jay White, the Guns, Bullet Club Gold to hype up their feud. Which, by the way, I don't know how I feel about what's going on with the Acclaimed. I feel like they're losing their momentum. I'm not going to say they've lost it, but I feel like they're losing it. We'll talk about that at a later date. But outside of that, it was nothing but action. So the Best Friends end up beating Powerhouse Hobbs and Kyle Fletcher to move on in the tournament, right? Right? Did I say that right? Yeah. I just found this out too. The House of Black lost on Collision to who the hell did they lose to? Who did they lose to again? Y'all, who did they lose to? Let me look it up. I want to be sure I get this right. I forgot who they lost to. But they got attacked by Mark Briscoe, so it wasn't a clean loss. They got screwed by Mark Briscoe. But the House of Black lost. I'm like, why would you not have a House of Black in this tournament? I mean, they were in it, but they should be going to like the finals. And then Mark Briscoe can screw them. But I don't know. I'm trying to find out. It was Sean Dean and Charlie Bravo. Who's that? Who is that, y'all? Y'all let me know who that is. Whatever the name of that team is. The Infantry. Thank you. The Infantry. The Infantry. I appreciate that. Okay, the Infantry. They beat the House of Black because of Mark Briscoe. But still, I'm like, what? Y'all, I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm not speaking this into existence. I wouldn't be surprised if Malachi Black, Buddy Murphy want to go back to WWE. And I mean that in the most kindest way, because I don't know. I'm not liking their booking. I'm not liking their booking right now. I think the House of Black should be booked a lot better and a lot stronger. I mean, am I wrong? But, okay, we go from that fast-paced action match to Konosuke Takeshita taking on Rocky Romero. Basically a popcorn fight. All kinds of fun. And Konosuke is a fucking beast. World champion one day, hopefully soon. And then right from that, we go into the women's street fight. They didn't give us a chance to breathe. They just went bam, 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 match. And then the tag match with the women was bonkers as hell, insane to the membrane. Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander versus Sky Blue and freaking Julia Hart. This had everything you could want in a street fight. Candlesticks, tables, thumbtacks, a spike, blood, somewhat. Apparently Sky Blue was supposed to be busted open, but she doesn't bleed very well at all. But she got hit with a spike, and I was under the impression that Willow and Chris were going to win. Because Willow hit Sky Blue with that crazy-ass Death Valley driver through two tables, and I was like, well, I think I know who's going to win this. And then Chris Statlander took like a power bomb on Sunset Flip power bomb through some thumbtacks. Oh! And it looked devastating. Yeah, like the spike to the head, the table bump with the DVD, and then, of course, the power bomb on the thumbtacks. I was like, well, I think I know who's winning this match, and I was surprised when Julia Hart actually beat Chris Statlander clean under these circumstances and made her tap out. She made her submit. I was like, what? Really? I like it. But yeah, she made Chris Statlander submit to her finisher. Chris Statlander tapped out. She lost again. That's the second loss in a row for her. Wow. Willow can win, but Chris can't. So now we're setting up another heel turn. Chris Statlander is getting ready to perhaps start listening to Stokely Hathaway, and then she's going to turn while Willow is going to resist and probably start going more babyface while she gets into a feud with Julia Hart and, of course, Mercedes Moné. Man, I don't know. Like, it's very exciting to see what we're doing with the women's division. I counted 5 storylines going on right now with the women's division. When was the last time we had 5 storylines? And we're gonna get more when Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter come back. I'm excited for wrestling. I'm excited for WWE. I'm excited for AEW. Everything's kicking ass right now. I thought tonight was an excellent night of professional wrestling, and I hope they keep the momentum going. Thank you all so much for watching this review. We're now going to go to the super chats, and then we're going to go to the live chat.
Christian's going to have a hard time being someone's daddy after getting a spike in a sensitive area.
Woo! I guess he can't be called the patriarch no more, huh? Eh? Get it? Because he doesn't. You know what I mean. Yeah, he took that swing full force to the nuts. I know that shit had to hurt in all sorts of ways.
She's a bad damn agenda. Just as fine as she can be. Yeah.
Hey Alyx, I'll say it for you. It's over for Wardlow.
Is it over for Wardlow, y'all? Is it over? I think it might be over. I think it might be over for Wardlow. I think it might be over for Wardlow, y'all.
She's a bad damn agenda. Just as fine as she can be. Yeah.
Copeland turned the patriarch into the matriarch.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Turned her into the matriarch. I don't even know what to say anymore. Yeah, thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate it. I'm gonna stay in the live chat for a little bit. Again, that cough, that's because I have a lung infection right now. Try and get over it. But things are gonna get better for me. If you noticed that I was stumbling throughout, it's because a lot of times I feel like I have some shortness of breath. So I'm gonna be stumbling over my words in the next few days, probably the next week or so. I'm gonna be here to review the show. But all right, how we feeling? How we feel about tonight's show? Talk to my baby. Nickname I says MJF's greatest enemy is Sean Dean, the one guy that MJF can't beat. Hilarious. JJ Bulldog says it's not over until Wardlow says it's over. I think it's over. It might be over for Wardlow. I say that with kindness. I don't know if he's gonna be able to survive. Alright, what y'all in here talking about? No, I always watch this my first time chatting in a while. Okay, Mike Lee. Well, sir, I'm glad that you decided to get involved with the live stream and start chatting. Anthony White says, keep small arenas for weekly shows except pay-per-views. Yeah, pay-per-views are, you want to do the 20,000 seat arenas for that show? Go for it. I think you can sell it out with pay-per-views more than you can with weekly shows. Let's see here. How are you feeling about Mercedes Moné's CEO theme song? I think I might like it more and more as the weeks go by. I know everybody was kind of about it the first week, but now I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like it. Saraya versus Moné is coming soon. Oh, most indubitably. What the hell was Saraya this week? Is she gonna be on Collision? They kept her off TV altogether. Yeah, Tony Khan sitting next to the Young Bucks and just going, just like, why are you letting them act like this? Kind of weird. Khalil says, At first, I wasn't digging with the new version of the Young Bucks, but as time went on, I started to grow more and more with them, and now I like their new gimmick. Oh yeah, they're fucking great. I like it too. Okada should have a homeless man come up to him, and he ignores him. Yeah, make him a rich snob, a corporate figure, a corporate heel. JJ Bulldog says Wardlow is better off without Adam Cole because he needs more star power. Again, I just think it's over with. They had an opportunity to work it out with Wardlow. I don't think it's gonna work. WWE botched Braun Strowman so bad. Oh, tell me about it. Oh, there was a point in time where Braun Strowman could do no wrong. And then they just didn't capitalize. As a Spike from Spike TV. That's funny. JJ says, I think Mariah is more of a heel than Toni. Yeah, Toni Storm is way too cool to be hated. Although she's a heel, I think Mariah is an even bigger heel. All in Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm. Sign me up. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Let me see here. I keep telling you, Alex, just like when you was with WWE, give it time with AEW. I'm gonna keep saying it until it's acknowledged. Hey, I said it sucked. When it sucked, it sucked. Now it's excellent tonight. Can they keep it going? We'll see. Did I hear that the Motor City Machine Guns are now free agents? Or will be free agents soon? Interesting. Maybe they'll go to Dynamite. Maybe AEW will pick them up. You know AEW will sign them in a heartbeat. They need more tag teams anyways. Yeah, I thought both Dynamite and Rampage were great tonight. I thought the whole 3-hour format for this week, you know, I can see myself getting tired of it after a while. But if they keep it up and they do Rampage, tell you what, I would rather they do Rampage after Dynamite than after SmackDown. You hear me? I just think that works better for everybody if we just wait until, I don't know, after Dynamite. Would that make basically Dynamite 3 hours? I mean, if you keep it separated into two shows and you treat each show differently, then it'll just be two different shows. That's different. Like, they change it up after an hour, and then they change the pacing of it. That's different. I think that could actually work. And we'll see how it looks in the ratings. If it looks good in the ratings, keep it up. But I'll have more to say about it as time goes by. I liked it this week. I like it this week. Did you see the smack Ronda Rousey said about WWE, about how they treat women terribly backstage? When Vince was there, yeah. I mean, is anyone surprised? Of course. Of course. So does that mean Dynamite's gonna be 3 hours and then we'll do 4 hours? No. No, so you misunderstand me. AEW should have 3 hours on Wednesday, but you should do Dynamite and then Rampage. Like, it's two different shows. Keep it at two different shows, and then treat Rampage like the popcorn fest of Dynamite, and I think that'll work a lot better. Did I see the documentary about Quiet on Set? I have not. That Nickelodeon documentary, is that on HBO Max, Warner Bros. Discovery? I don't even know what to call it anymore. I might have to look at that. I might actually, shoot. Look here, I'm gonna be up. So, might have to watch it. Yeah, tell you what. I'm gonna do that right after this, matter of fact, because I'm about to get out of here. They're saying it's on ID. ID? What's ID? ID? It's on Max. Okay. Cool, it's on Max. It's on Max. Okay, I'll watch it. I'll watch it on Max. When I get the chance to check out Dragon DDT, No Dirt Sheets, Wrestle. I'll look at that. Investigation Discovery. Investigation Discovery. What is that? Oh, I see what he's saying. I was like, JJ Bulldog was like, it's on ID. I'm like, what the hell is Investigation Discovery? I know what you mean. Sly Dog. All right. On that note, I'm gonna go watch that on Max right now. But in the meantime, John Morrison and Ty Valkyrie are the AEW versions of Nez and Maurice. Oh yeah, those are their best friends. That makes sense. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I thought this was a great review. I thought it was a great show. And so I will bid you all adieu the right way. Do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, click the bell, catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and Venmo. Follow us on Discord. Road to 300. SeatGeek sponsorship. $20 off. Use it whenever you purchase a ticket. And hopefully I'll get better. I'll get better very, very soon. The next live stream, SmackDown. Friday night smacketh down this Friday. Be there. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, maybe The Rock. Maybe I'll have a reaction video to do for you. And yeah, that's it. Nothing else to really say there. So outside of that, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world. The place it is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. When you're